All right, let's get straight to it. If you're running a service business today, you're not just navigating client work and deadlines. You are in the middle of a massive market shift. This briefing is designed to give you, as a leader, absolute clarity on the single biggest force behind that shift: artificial intelligence. Okay, let's dive in.
Welcome to SBAI, Service Business AI, where modern service businesses scale smarter with artificial intelligence.
Let's start with a number that really sets the stage. According to McKinsey's latest deep dive on AI, 88% of organizations are already using AI in at least one part of their business. So if you've been thinking of AI as something on the horizon, think again. It's not a future trend. It's the new operational standard, right now. And that means the conversation has fundamentally changed. We are past the point of asking if we should adopt AI. The market has already answered that with a resounding yes. The real strategic question for you as a leader is how. How do we integrate AI to build a real, lasting competitive advantage? To get to the how, we first have to appreciate the sheer speed and scale of what's happening. So let's look at the hard data that's driving this entire transformation. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Just look at the velocity of this change. McKinsey's data shows that in a single year, generative AI adoption more than doubled. It went from 33% to 72%. A jump that fast isn't just an evolution, it's a market-level shockwave.
And this isn't happening in some far-off, abstract industry. HubSpot's research shows us exactly where AI is being put to work in businesses just like yours. We're talking about content creation, media creation, administrative automation. These are the core functions, both billable and non-billable, that define a service business. AI is already operating right at the heart of the business model.
But here's the catch, and it's a big one. High adoption doesn't automatically mean high value. A recent Deloitte report nailed the central problem with this quote. They flagged a major risk they call pilot fatigue. You know, a flurry of activity, 100 different experiments, but no clear strategy connecting them. It just leads to wasted money, burned out teams, and very little value to show for it.
And this brings us to the most critical dynamic in the market today. A huge gap is opening up. It's a gap between the companies that are simply using AI tools and the ones who are extracting real strategic value from them. How big is that gap, you ask? Well, when you analyze McKinsey's data, it's pretty staggering. Only about 5.5% of companies are driving significant, measurable value from AI. Just a tiny fraction. These are the AI high performers, and believe me, they are pulling away from the rest of the pack at an incredible speed.
So, what's the secret sauce? What separates this elite group from everyone else? It's not about having more tech, it's about having a smarter strategy. The high performers, they are fundamentally redesigning their core workflows. 55% of them are doing this, compared to just 20% of the others. They're seeing real profit growth, over 5% EBIT from their AI efforts. And they build systems where humans are designed to validate the output. 65% of them do this, versus just 23% of the rest. Meanwhile, the majority are stuck in that pilot fatigue trap with scattered experiments and no clear ROI.
Understanding this divide is absolutely crucial because it completely reframes how we should think about risk. In this new landscape, waiting on the sidelines or just dabbling with a few tools, that's not a neutral, safe strategy. It is an active decision to fall behind. So I want you to ask yourself this, for your own business. The real danger isn't the risk of a single failed AI pilot. No. The real, existential risk is being fundamentally outmaneuvered by a competitor who has successfully woven AI into their core delivery model. What is a true business cost of standing still? The consequences are concrete, and they are severe. We're talking about a permanent efficiency gap. Your competitors get work done faster and cheaper. An erosion of client trust as their AI-powered systems become more reliable and accurate than yours. You'll face an inability to scale your best expertise across your entire client base. And all of that leads, inevitably, to a loss of market relevance and shrinking profit margins as the high performers capture the best clients. Okay, so we've defined the problem and the risks. Let's pivot to the solution. How do you make sure your business lands in that top 5.5%? It all comes down to a few core strategic principles. First, you have to redesign your work, not just decorate it. Don't just bolt a new AI tool onto an old, inefficient process. You have to rethink the entire workflow from the ground up. Second, make trust a measurable KPI. We all know AI can make mistakes, so build processes where humans validate and supervise by design. Trust isn't just a feeling, it's an operational output you engineer. And third, and this is the most critical, You have to shift from pilots to production. Identify the experiments that actually work and then commit the resources to scale them across the whole company. You have to escape pilot fatigue and focus on creating real, scalable value.
You see, when you implement these principles, something profound starts to happen. You stop thinking about AI as just another technology project, and you start seeing it for what it truly is, the foundation for your next great competitive edge. And this, right here, is the single most important takeaway from our time together. In an economy that's going to be saturated with AI tools, the ultimate differentiator won't be who has the fanciest algorithm. It will be who uses AI to build the most reliable, the most consistent, and the most trustworthy service delivery engine. The next competitive edge is not technology. It is operational trust, and your entire strategy must be built to deliver it.